All right. Hello, hello. Hope today finds you well. So, yesterday's bounty missions apparently got us enough reputation that we get to upgrade to low risk targets for a fee of $1,000 or 1,000 AUAC. Well, let's get her done. Well, see if we can. We've already got call to arms. We've got that. We've got it tracking. All right. Let's grab our overpowered 600i and get her done.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected.
While we're working on that,
Stand
I
by.
have to say, I
Your
watched
vehicle has been
Inside
delivered
Star
to the
Citizen
following
today. I
location.
hope you did too. And the reveal at the end, holy cow, was that a sexy looking ship. And I want.
Please visit us again.
So we shall see what happens next week. Might be something that just has to find a spot inside the Carrack. Is it? Looks like it'll fit. Single seater and a ball. It looks like it's smaller than a Pisces. That being the case, it should fit in the hangar. That not being the case and it doesn't fit, it should fit on top. Hey, baby. Welcome home. You're sexy and I love you. Okay.
You really should.
That might work. Look at that Stuffy, doing his job in the best way. Except now it's all jumping and stuff. All right.
Origin shipboards at your service. Pulling system operational.
You are clear to launch.
Launch complete. Landing gear raised.
Oh, that's baloney. There we go. That's better.
Thank you, and please visit again.
I gotta check. I'm hearing weird stuff. It sounds like is behind me. What is going on? Well, weird. Well, that's dumb. I was spooled and calibrated before I got out of the chair. What does being in or out of the chair have to do with spooling and calibrating? It should have been good to go as soon as I sat back down.
Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive deactivated. Contact.
Neither of these two are the one I want.
Contact.
3, huh? Avenger. There's the one I want. Clips. Talker. See if we can just put an end to this early.
Achieved missile lock. Hostile eliminated.
Alright, done deal. Now just just for giggles.
Achieved missile lock. Hostile eliminated. Achieved missile lock.
We didn't get him killed.
Machines under attack. Hostile eliminated.
Well, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Throwing 4 super oversized missiles at a target at a time seems to do the job. Alright, where's New Babbage? There we go. Be all like, well, let's go do a mission. Well, except that I'm out of missiles, and that was a really easy way to do the job. So I think to proceed to reload. Forgot all of my presets. All of my button keys have disappeared.
Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive deactivated. Quantum drive activated. Quantum drive deactivated.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah, I don't actually want that. The pad.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Launch complete. Engines inactive.
Restock, refuel hydrogen. Come on. Hey, old Ben Woo, how are you? It's taking a moment. Glad you're doing fine. It's going pretty good. Just got my LRT certification. Holy cow, that is taking forever. There's the next one. So I ought to be able to pull some LRT contracts. That's what I'm gonna do, if there are any available. How are you, and what are you up to this evening? So LRT is low risk targets. VLRT in the bounty hunter section is very low risk targets. So you work your way up via reputation to get better contracts worth more money. So LRT is the second stage up. This is the first stage. Which Star Citizen package, or which ones are you looking at? Or if you don't know, that's cool too. I just might have one or two of the ships that you just might be looking at, though, so I can show you. The cutter, I don't have a cutter, so I can't show it to you. I guess I could go rent one or something. What I hear is they're good ships. They go fast in a straight line, but don't turn. So they're not the best for shooting at other things, but are good for just about everything else you can do in the game. So like these bounty missions, not the best starter ship for them. But literally, like, they could do these missions. Maybe not racing. Could definitely do that. Could definitely do that. some of these they're great for, the ones where you go into a bunker to shoot people. Okay, if you've already seen the tours. Probably not so good at these, just not gunny enough. These should work just fine. So all around they're useful, handy ships. Really neat looking. Most important thing is they have a bed. I like ships with beds. Matter of fact, I almost never fly a ship that doesn't have a bed in it. Or isn't being transported by a ship that has a bed. So if you've got the legs to stretch for an MR, super useful, super neat. Jack of many trades, master of none that I understand, but when we get data running in-game, they should be the master of that, or at least the second place. But a sexy ship, nonetheless. Wait a minute. MR. You're not talking Mercury Star Runner, you're talking about the Aurora MR. If you're talking about the Aurora MR, they are cool. That was my first ship, and I hated it. But the game was also really rough at the time. So, yeah, it's not trash. I mean, it's a handy ship. And I'm pretty sure the MR is the one, it's got a bed built in, so that's awesome. You can put boxes in it, although the MR doesn't have space specifically for it, so they might bounce around and blow you up. Since I was in it, they've improved it, which is great. Like, it used to have a climb in where you hit enter ship and you climbed in and the door closed behind you. It doesn't do that now. You hit open the door and then you can just walk in and out, which is fantastic for box missions because you can actually get the boxes into the ship, which I had super troubles with back in the day. So that has been much improved.
Raised.
But all in all these days, much less of a trash ship than they used to be. I gotcha. I hear you. I hate grinding, so I have taken a different approach. But I definitely respect that approach. I just hate grinding. Hey, here's a test. We're about to find out if hitting quantum will drive you into the station and get you blown up. Let's find out.
Quantum drive activated.
Not that time anyways. Yeah, that's awesome. The MR is a great ship. You can upgrade it to up to 4 size 1 guns, and it comes with the 2 missiles. Still not a lot of firepower. If it's the same money, I would probably go with the cutter. That's an awesome realization to come by. Earning your way. I can't buy as much as I want. I piecemeal it here and there, and I've worked my way up to a pretty decent package that I super like right now. But I definitely respect that approach. But and right now, I can see having your hangar grow as being progress. I'm not sure in the end it will be. I mean, it will be, but I don't know that that will be the primary loop or a primary loop of the game. I mean, for individual people to each their own. I just, like, this is the first time I've bothered ranking up bounty missions. It's progress for me, and I could do it in a smaller ship. I just don't have a great internet connection, and there are always server issues, so I'm driving a great big 600i with 3 size 5s. It doesn't maneuver for snot, but it's got shields for days to help buffer out server anomalies. Because buffering out server anomalies is awesome. The only problem with that is when the server anomalies don't care and they blow up your ship anyways. Last time I was doing, no, last time, that was yesterday. The time before that I was doing bounties. I warped away from a mission. Yep, it's still an alpha, and they don't say that for no reason, right? Like, I drive overpowered ships for these missions for that reason, and sometimes the server just doesn't care and you get blown up. I did a bounty mission, I think it was the license for the VLRTs, and was warping away from it to Planet Crusader. I got an interdiction alert where, you know, somebody's trying to pull you out of quantum or warp or whatever you want to call it, quantum in the game, so they can shoot you. And instead of getting pulled out of quantum, I just blew up. Apparently, I hit whoever was pulling me out. I don't know. But it was super, super not helpful. So I went on to doing other things that day. But yeah, I tried to use ships to insure against the random instabilities. I'm sure they did. It was probably NPCs, but I'm sure they did. So have you flown during the free flies or anything like that? Or played, I guess. You don't necessarily have to fly. Yeah, NPCs is less funny. More likely the reality, but if it was a player, sure hope. I haven't touched it at all myself. Okay, so next week is Invictus Fleet Week. They should be having a free fly. So you should be able to test it next week for free. I think it's starting on the 19th. I don't even know what today is. But if you look on the RSI website, robertspaceindustries.com, it's the first slide at the top of the page. I was just looking at it a few minutes ago. And it looks like it's going to be nice. They're going to have some brand new ships in the game. At least one. Won't make a good starter ship. But there's always deals. Hey man, that's awesome. That's kind of my attitude too. I get on and play when I can, and lately I've been trying to stream like 4+ days a week, but I play when I can, and if it's broken, there's a lot more. If it's broken, I don't stress it, and I do other stuff. But it's better than it's ever been. This is my daily video game. I love it. And this is ridiculously slow going. But yeah, give it a try during Fleet Week, and understand that Fleet Weeks are always horrible because there are so many people playing. The architecture is never up to snuff to make it a great experience. So it'll give you a good experience of what it's like on a bad day. Okay, I can get that pulled up for you while we're flying here. Give me just a moment. Thank you for thinking about that. I appreciate it. That is my code. So Yeah, I would definitely appreciate it if you wanted to use it. Won't hurt my feelings at all. Definitely appreciate it. Again, you might want to wait till next week. I know at the last free fly they had a bonus P52 for both parties on a new account. So that could be a super awesome bonus where you buy your starter package and also get another ship. That might still be ongoing. I'm not entirely sure. I can look it up here in a minute. But yeah, if you get the opportunity to get a free ship in the process of doing something you're already going to do, that's always an extra awesome bonus. The only thing there is you just got to wait if it's not ongoing right now. Like I said, I'll look into that in just a moment. Blow this guy up first. Yeah, definitely the tough one. If you're ready, when you're ready, waiting is tough. So that might still be ongoing. And I've got a P52. They're pretty awesome. They've got 2 size 1 repeaters and a ballistic chain gun in the nose. Sexy little ships. They're snubs, so they don't have a quantum drive. You can't warp with them. But in a local environment, like, you can fly them from a base or from another ship that can carry them, that kind of stuff. They're not the best race ships, but you can use them to race. What are you doing? Hitting the wrong button, Grant. Yep, don't hear you there, or I hear you there, and don't blame you. P52 is cool, but it's not a game changer, so. Yeah, definitely don't blame you. See, if you're... That right there is what I'm talking about, server hijinks. That guy ran into me and shot me with a missile. But as much as I could see, he never even got close. Nope, he's still there. Alright. Too close for guns. Alright. Let's just do this. Laddies. Yep. Jink. set this to go, gain some altitude. I'm going to look over here. Okay, so I just checked. The bonus for the P52 did end on May 2nd, and there's no guarantee they'll have a referral bonus for next week. So, yeah, no extra ship there. But, like I said, not the end of the world. It's still a great game. You'll enjoy it. Nice. Nice. That's awesome. I can't wait to see you in game. I'll be on for a few hours, so if you get it installed, let me know and I can help you out and get you going. Let's see. Awesome. Sounds great. Okay. Now. So while you're getting ready, I know you've watched videos and are probably pretty well steeped in it. Anything I can show you? Any questions I can answer? Any way I can help you? Help make that download any better? That download wait time any better? Oh, it's a ridiculous drive.
Quantum drive activated.
Holy cow.
Origin shipports at your service. Core system operational.
Let's see. Okay. So, and it's not my place to be nosy or ask too many questions of you, but just out of curiosity, and if you want to share, I assume you're a gamer previous to now. What did you play before you decided to get in on Star Citizen? Awesome, thank you. No Man's Sky. I haven't played that one yet. Heard some positive things. But when I found a video that showed how to get a rare ship basically as soon as you get off your first planet, well, that's pretty cheapy. I love Factorio. Haven't played Satisfactory. Subnautica I played for a little bit, but a little too drowny for me. I don't mind survival games, but I don't want to drown. So, let me see. Any MMOs that you've played? EVE Online. Okay, yep, I understand that one. Let's see, GW. I don't know what GW2 is. I played EVE Online for a long time. Guild Wars. Okay, haven't played that one, so I don't know it. No EVE, though. Played that for a long time. At one point, I was playing 4 accounts at a time on 2 computers. It was crazy. Accomplishing mostly nothing. That was just some high-sec mining and occasionally camping a low-sec station, but man, it was fun. I would imagine in one way or another know it. I did a promotion, I want to say this last winter or the winter before, together, Eve and CIG, Robert, this company, to promote something for children's health in one way or another. I forget exactly what it was, but it was cool to see the 2 companies working together. Especially to benefit kids. Yep. I think what they did was they had, if I remember correctly, I was working at the time, so I didn't get a chance to watch or pay too much attention, but they had a Lego building competition where the devs from Eve had to quick build a Lego starship of a Star Citizen ship and vice versa, and they got judged by the audience as to who did the best. That's pretty cool. So, do you have any kind of gameplay? I mean, I know you said if you could walk around inside a ship and deliver pizzas occasionally, you'd be happy. But what do you like to do? You play Factorio and Satisfactory, so I know you think and like to put things in order. Subnautica, problem solving and survival. Let's see. No Man's Sky, space game. So what do you think would be your ideal loop? Do you just want to live? Like, that's kind of what I do. Just do whatever. I live in this world a little bit as often as I can. Or do you think there's something that you're going to find that's going to be your bag? Trading. All right. I like trading. That's my primary money maker. Not that I make a lot of money, because if you do it too much, it becomes a grind, and grinding is boring. But I do like trading. I'm not in it right now, but I have a Carrack, and man, oh man, is that guy good for it. Hauls a lot of stuff. Super capable. My favorite ship in the game. Anvil Carrack. It's awesome. But yeah, there's definitely some money to be made in that. And then it's fixing to get at least a partial upgrade as they finish out the cargo remodel and the upcoming improvements to mining. So it's already, I like it, and it's going to get better. There's some things about it I don't like, but it's a good loop. And it gives you a chance to just live in the universe, and that is cool. That's awesome. So, which, you said you're already downloading, which new ship, or which starter ship did you get? Was it the Cutter or the MR? With the MR, okay. Definitely, again, not a bad pick. Awesome. I'm gonna say it against my better judgment, just to make sure. So if you would have went with the Cutter, it can fit a mule in its cargo hold, and the mule has, I just saw a video on it the other day about somebody promoting the mule. It's a little ground vehicle made by Drake also, and it fits in the back of the Cutter, and it's got spots for 6 boxes. So if you were doing box missions, you can pack them in, and instead of running on the ground, you can drive the little mule, the little vehicle, and then drive it into the back of your ship and fly away, which would be a cool combo. TMR does not have a bay for vehicles, so it's not even an option there. Yeah, but I think you'll still be happy with the MR. It's a good place to start. You'll be able to make the money you need to upgrade to your next ship. It'll be a good deal. You'll enjoy it. It's definitely, here's the best part about the MR. It's maneuverable enough, and it's very maneuverable in atmosphere, comparable to lots of other things. It's maneuverable enough that you will have to learn to fly to be able to fly it and not kill yourself all the time. And so you'll get that good experience in controlling your ship a whole lot quicker. Yeah, that was, like I said, that was my first ship too, and it definitely did that. Allowed me to learn to fly in the bestest, fastest way possible, because it doesn't have shields. It doesn't forgive mistakes. If you're doing it wrong, you're going to find out. But it's also nimble and agile and quick enough that you can do a lot and learn a lot and be able to figure out what your inputs and movements and commands do that are either right or wrong. And then, like I said, get to be well in control of your vehicle. Right, that's mission complete. A long drive for like a 2-second mission. But Size 3 missiles are pretty overpowered for the mission. And 4 of them even more so. Too far.
Contact.
Alright. Let's see.
Shields under attack.
Don't tase me, bro.
Quantum drive activated.
So have you seen many videos or anything on the trading side of things, Ben? Do you know how all that works? Hey, no worries, man. No worries at all. I appreciate you staying in the stream while you're doing it. So I've done a couple of missions, and they're long and boring drives to get to 2 seconds of shooting missiles. That's boring. I'm not really into it right at the moment. So what I'm going to do is go trade this guy out for my Carrack and make a little bit of money real quick. Especially since you're on and you're into the trading stuff. I can just show you how it goes, show you my little trade run. Maybe give you some ins and outs if you're interested. Show you how it be. Oh, now, come on. There we go. Okay.
Quantum drive activated.
There are external websites. A couple of them. Let me look real quick because I don't ever remember them. And I don't use them. I found this little route that I like, and it's the one that I run. So SC Trade Tools, and it looks like Galactic Logistics. I think I use SC Trade Tools. Can show you what you can get from where, and where they can help you plan trade routes and all the stuff. Super handy websites. And then, all right, come on now. No, 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 no.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah, probably so. You're probably exactly right. Then again, you never know. Oh, that's too fast.
Landing gear deployed.
Jeez.
Landing complete. Engines
landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Just to defend my recent flying, I've recently transitioned from keyboard and mouse to a pair of joysticks. So I'm not always on top of the game and the best flyer. And I'm not when I'm on keyboard and mouse either, so. I've got a pair of Virpil Constellation Alpha Primes. Just for quick reference, if you see this screen, you can generally close it just by hitting the X.
Goodbye.
People never do,
Please visit us again.
but
Goodbye.
that's the hang up. There's a workaround right there.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
That went away.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
There, baby.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the
you.
following
Sleep good.
location. Please visit us again.
Some quick advice for new people, and it is not as bad now as it used to be, but don't stand on doors and don't go through doors until you know that what's on the other side is there. Because if you walk out or walk into a black room, it's very likely that there's nothing there. You'll fall through it to your death. So if you can't see it, don't step on it. And you asked which ones did I get. I have to apologize because I don't know what I said that would have prompted that question. Oh, joysticks. I did answer that. The Virpils. Yeah, sorry. Got distracted. My wife is headed to bed. Said goodnight and wasn't wearing much in the way of clothing, so I do apologize. But yeah, the Virpils are amazing. I had a Satec X55 Rhino stick and throttle set. Yep. And they were old, but they worked, but for this game, for a space game, the throttle didn't really work for the maneuverability that you really need. So I wanted two sticks, and so I ordered a Virpil to go with the Satec, and once it was in my hand, opposite of the Satec, there's just no comparison, and they're good controllers. The Rhinos, the X55s, good controllers. Not knocking them a bit, but to be 100% fair, and I'm not paid by Virpil or anybody else for anything. To be 100% fair, the Satec felt like a cheap plastic baby's toy compared to the Virpil. And after that, I saved up my play money and had to have the other set, or the other side. So now I've got two Virpils. All right, so my cargo is empty, and I don't have any way while I'm sitting in the pilot seat to show you that. I could get out of the seat and go to the cargo deck, which is an awesome feature, by the way. And I'll show it to you before I get out and go buy stuff so that you can see, because it's pretty cool. Cleo is where we want to go. Right, especially in combat and being able to go from forward to reverse and having minute control. I know enough now I could make better use of it, but at the time I didn't. I wasn't good, and I thought I needed a stick so that I could switch back and forth a lot better. Is this the moon that McGrath and Cantwell. Yeah, this is the one I want. So I upgraded to a second stick, and that second stick made, yeah, first stick was just untenable at that point. Maybe I'm a little spoiled. I can't deny it. But yeah, and I think dual stick is the way to go. I was also influenced watching Avenger 1, trying to improve my combat abilities. I'm not great at this or really any other game. I like to play. I have fun. That's the important part. And Avenger 1, who is arguably, I suppose, one of the best combat pilots in the game, has this whole teaching series, and he uses verbals. So, hey man, that's what the best is doing. That's what I worked on doing. From an odd angle this time. It was really weird. It was a little rough, but it works.
Offline. Landing complete.
haven't had to download it in forever. Just, you know, patches. I hate that it's running so slow for you. How big is it these days? Is it still 70 something gigs? So this is one of the 3 cargo holds on a Carrack. And they're empty. Yeah, because I just cleansed it today. We'll go in here and buy some, I don't remember, something that starts with an S, sulfur I want to say, but ouch, still going a bit slow. I'm sorry, that sucks. Oh no. It shouldn't go that slow. You might have some kind of, I don't know all the proper terms, I guess, gateway or internet security in the way, slowing it down. Might check your firewall or settings or whatever you've got these days. The main download should definitely go faster than that. Even on a terrible computer, terrible connection. Out of curiosity and nosiness, what kind of a machine are you working with? This is just looting what's set in here. Doesn't have anything to do with trading other than it's opportunistic. So I do it. And every one of the other buildings here will have potentially boxes in them too. Now, this is the trading console and where you'll do the trading from. This is all relatively new. I want to say since 3.18. Pick where you want to put or pull stuff from. And for now it's the Carrack. It shows your cargo, whether it's available or empty. Over here is what's available. If you have stuff on the ship over here, it will be listed so you can sell from over here and buy from over here. And we are at the wrong station first. Okay, I've got a NVIDIA 1060 and an i7 with 12 cores. I forget all the exact details. And it does okay-ish. If you got that and enough RAM, ideally 32 gigs, and if you're operating on a solid state hard disk, you should be good. And if you're not on a solid state, and I wasn't when I started, it's still doable, it just makes load time slower. So if you can, you want to, when you get the opportunity to upgrade, I consider upgrading to a solid state hard drive, at least for where the game is installed. It really does make a difference. So I went to the wrong spot first. McGrath is usually my second stop, and then I go to New Babbage. But this will work out just as well, because I can sell everything that I bought. I'm trying to qualify NVMe and I can't do it. I can't place what that is. I'm sorry. I'm I'm not trying to be all stupid or all smart either way. I just... What I wanted to show you, though, is that now my cargo holds are all full of stuff. Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, I got you. I think I got one of those. M2, M3. I can't remember what. I think mine was an M dot something. I think M2. Yeah, that should work. Anything that's fast and solid state. So awesome there. And then I don't know enough. That's your processor. So that should do it. Awesome. Okay.
Engines online. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Okay, I'm running an NVIDIA card. It's a 1050, and it only has 6 gigs. So I don't know, but my assumption would be that your card will be better than mine. As long as you've got at least 16 gigs of RAM, 32 would be better. Your experience should be better than mine. Yeah, that's awesome. You'll be golden. That's not going to be the top end. You're not going to have, you know, the best frame rates or anything, but you're going to have a good enough system that it will run at least as good as anything you see in any of my videos. So, yeah, you shouldn't have any hardware-related issues.
Quantum drive is now.
Well, I'm sorry the stream is stuttering, but I'm glad that your download speed is up higher. That's awesome. Getting into the game is definitely more important. Have you thought about what city you're going to start in yet? Or do you even know about it?
Bogey. Bogey.
That is strange. Probably going to die. That's really weird. That's a couple of NPCs. It's really weird that they would be sitting here, of all places. Must have chased somebody from somewhere else. A pad. That's the little one. Yeah. see that. Hey, no worries, no worries. I've got NPCs here who are trying to shoot me in an armistice zone, so I'm going to see what I can do to get back at them. First thing I need to do is to make sure that my clone is set here. Good thing I checked.
Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been sent. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Oh, well, that's not helpful. So the plan is I'm going to get just outside of the Armistice and switch into the top remote turret, which won't be very far away from where I'll be piloting the ship, and hopefully blow these guys up before they can do me too much damage. I want to make what repairs need to be repaired. There we go.
Landing gear raised. Quantum drive is now up. Quantum drive is now
It is actually where I want to go.
quantum drive is now on.
I like it too. Those are they're size 4 guns on the turrets on this thing, and they are nice. If you saw when I was in a little ground vehicle, those are
Quantum drive.
2 size 1s, and they were just not effective. But the size 4s on this, they are effective. They are very nice. This ship doesn't have any pilot-controlled guns, so hopping into that remote turret was the only decent means I had by which to take care of that situation. And realistically, I didn't have to fight them at all. I could have just run through them and quantumed out. But I don't like NPCs camping my favorite stop. What was weird is that I don't know what it's called. Up in the top right corner of the screen, there's a little satellite icon, the indicator that the police can see when crime happens, and it wasn't present on the moon where those guys were. So somebody took out the satellite for whatever silly reason, probably a mission. Hey, look, it's another Carrick. And a wrecked reclaimer in a box. to park up on the slope. But too many ships up there. Well, there's one. There's a ship at the top and this big wreck at the bottom, and it makes me nervous, so I don't want to. Only thing I have to check is to make sure commons parking. As long as that's in range, my ship is in range. Yeah, it is. So there's a box in it. If you saw the box icon, that's like the wreckage box for the ship. Whatever was in its internal storage is in that box, and that box is in the ship. And when things are like that, especially when one of them is dead, they do not like it. And they bounce each other around. As the physics engine isn't 100% yet to my awareness. So they're jittery, but we might be able to relieve part of that situation here in just a minute, because that box probably has loots in it, and I like loots. Here's a rule you should set for yourself and that I have set for myself. That's a blown up Aurora right there in front of us. The rule is never leave your doors open. In a patch coming up in the future or something like that, trespassers on ships will be shootable by the pilot or the crew, the people who are there with permission. Oh good, this guy did close his door. He, initially I thought, had left his door open, but he closed it. Hey, there's a guy.
Salutations.
Salutations. I think, can you hear me?
Fellow Carrick driver, I see.
Yeah, buddy, I love it. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well.
Okay, I just set up push to talk. I didn't know if it was working. Hey, I'm glad to see you closed your door.
I wish they had an indicator.
They actually do as long as you have the chat up, and I had the chat hidden so I couldn't see.
Oh, I have mine hidden as well.
Yep. So, but it does work. Awesome. Yeah, I love my Carrick. I assume you likewise love yours and are running trade missions, or not missions, but trading in it.
I'm actually quite new to the game. I've actually just been exploring the entire universe, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. That's the way to do it. That's a good ship to do it in too. But yeah, awesome. What livery is
Apparently
on your...
there's a box in that ship. What was that?
I was asking what paint is on your Carrick, and yeah, there is a box in it. Were you trying to get it?
I was seeing if it was possible, and I have just a default one that came with the package that I bought.
Okay, it looks red on the bottom from here, but I guess not. Must be a reflection from mine or something, or the lights. Well, I was going to check out and see if there's a box that was accessible too. I'm going to go look. You're welcome to come with.
All right. I only got 5 minutes, but...
All right. There should be a docking port on top somewhere. It might have been on the other section. Yeah, yeah, it might be. I'm trying to be careful and not get anywhere it's going to knock me through. Alright, I don't see it there. Might be something that you got to get into with a smaller ship. I might explore that here in a minute. Yeah, I don't see any. I don't see any way into it at the moment. So might have to look into it later. Gotta go sell some stuff out of my carrick before it gets blown up. Something you might want to know is when it's weathery, if you have to go into the wind directly or to a certain degree, you will travel faster by crouching. Yep, even sprinting does not improve the situation. Yeah, that's max speed, standing up and sprinting. Oh, I guess it's the same standing up. Something else that you might want to put into practice, Ben, is to always turn your engines off when you land. Because if you don't, you might find your ship like that the next time you walk up to it, including when you spawn it from a hangar. Yeah, it's doing very good at staying still in this wind. So this is the surface entrance at the Commons of New Babbage. If you decide to operate out of New Babbage, this is the fastest way to sell your stuff. Generally, I don't park all the way down on the ice. I'm pretty close to the door, so you get in pretty quick. This will save you having to get a hangar and park and take a train to get to the Commons so that you can then run and sell your stuff. It's just a quicker... That's where I live out of. It's pretty awesome, except that it's cold. And so going outside without at least a suit on, you're going to die pretty quick. Aside from that, I think it's the best city currently in game as far as gameplay features. There are a lot of missions that, like the most bounty missions, spawn off of Hurston. If you want to do bounties, Hurston's the place to be. I hate the city that's at Hurston, Moorville. I hate it. It's pretty, but I hate it. I hate the idea of what Hurston is, so I don't want to live there. Area 18 is a giant city, and it's neat, but It's just a giant city sprawl, and that's not my thing. This is more wilderness. It's very nice. Microtech is the company that makes the thing that does this on your wrist. It's a bracelet, basically a bracelet smartphone. The company that makes these is Microtech, and they own this planet. And so, like, New Babbage, being the city on Microtech, is very nice, as you would expect from a super tech company. You know, thinking maybe Google or Apple. It's very nice. So anyways, we loaded up at the first stop. I sold some at the second stop. We've got the remainder of the cargo to sell here. And I didn't turn a huge profit, but I turned a profit. Yeah. I want to say it was like $40,000, but I did $10,000, so about $30,000. So not bad for running and picking stuff up. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And so this is the main, this is the commons, and it's the main buy it area. And this is the very center of it, of the commons. And if you go down, this is the place where Microtech sells their stuff. And so you can come down here and buy tiger's claws and their decryptors so that you can break into the security systems and wipe out your crime stat and become a good citizen again. There are other things that they show, like ocular implants, that aren't in-game yet, but it'll be cool so that maybe you can get augmented reality when you're not wearing a helmet, say. They've got VR pods, presumably so you can visit places you're not at. Yeah, sell it outright. I assume it's not for hacking, but they sell it outright right there. These are the Mobi-Glass, what we wear and use every day, and you start with one. But you can buy different colors if you want to accessorize your clothing, which is pretty cool. And again, like contacts or whatever. Then they've got more stuff downstairs. I don't piddle around down here very often because it's pretty much useless, but I did buy a different colored Mobi-Glass just for fun one time. And so these are not in game yet, but like avionics packages to elevate your ship's potential. So you could put that blade in one of your ship's computers, presumably, and improve performance. Or even bigger versions of the same thing. I don't know. And what's this one? Mirage Holo projector. Oh, nice. So you can like make a holo image or message or something. That's cool. What else do we got? Oh, this other stuff. Okay. So like holo tables. So maybe in the future, they're not in game, right? You can't get one of these right now. But maybe have a picture of your base or a table to work out battle plans. Super cool ideas. I hope they implement them. A planetary viewer. I don't know what this is going to be. Oh, a diagnostics cart. Or when they put in engineering. That will be awesome. Wheel this around and fix your ship. So lots of future gameplay, hopefully, on display right here in Microtech. So if you do come here, there are a couple other places you need to know. Yeah, I think so too. So you go to the center when you come in, then go left. You go to center mass. I went right because we weren't coming in the way we would be coming in. But center mass is where in New Babbage you can buy guns. I think for you and for your ship. I'm not entirely sure. Definitely for your ship, right? You can buy guns for your ships. And again, they're broken. Come on. Let me use it. No. There we go. Well, looks like the server might be having issues. Oh, because I'm over here. So yeah. See if we can get this to close. There we go. Now you're gonna work with me? Come on. This is really weird. Anyways, here, typically, you can buy guns and for you and for your ship. And I want to say maybe even a little bit of armor. And then directly across from here. Hey, thank you for the follow pin. I appreciate it. It's awesome. And so directly across from there is Omega Pro. And in Omega Pro, you can buy components for your ship. And a lot of high-grade components can be bought over here in New Babbage. So when we need to upgrade our ships, we don't always have to go a long ways, which is fantastic. Just like other places you find the terminals that you use. And ideally, it will default to the city you're in, and you can select what you're looking for and go shopping. But the server seems to be having a heart attack right now. Well, thanks, I appreciate it. And hey, are you able to get in game, or are you having to quit for the night? Awesome. Well, I hope awesome. I guess that depends on your outlook on it. If you are able to get in, I'm CrankyJayne in the game too. Okay. So are you hopping off the stream, or are you gonna stay on until you get in game? Because I really would like to hook up with you and help you get around and do stuff if you're up for that. I just died jumping over a rail. Awesome. I'm glad you'll be around, and I'll be happy to help you however I can. When you first get started, I just hit random until they've got a face that I like. You can't do anything with the body, so you're just picking how your face looks. And so, like I said, I just hit random until it pops up a face that I like. Half the time, you don't end up having the face that you pick anyways. The server decided that that was a mistake, and so it let me back up. Well, I'm going to look real quick. I'm pretty sure I currently do not have the face I pick. And I don't know why they do that. Why? I'm sure CIG doesn't have it that way on purpose. But it's an issue that hasn't been fixed yet. Where, yeah, this isn't the face that I picked. It's close, but it's not the one. I don't think I had that hair. So, I mean, that is what it is. It's not a big deal to me. I just hit random until there's a face I like, and then I hit go, and I pick the city that I want, which is generally New Babbage. It wasn't this time, and I feel that was a mistake. But, yeah. Getting set up here is not hard. And then you don't really have any gear or equipment. So you start with everything you have on you already. So you don't have to put any clothes on. Yeah, and you end up looking like a helmet. I mean, there are other options. You can wear clothes if you want. But generally there's no point. And as a new player, until you learn to fly your ship and not wreck it all the time, and you learn what will and what won't wreck your ship, the best thing to do is to just wear a flight suit and a helmet, which you get for free every time you die. That way you're not risking anything of value, you know, when you die. You're just losing the free gear that you always have. So getting set up is not hard. What is hard is figuring out how to get out of your hotel room the first time, how to get to the train station, how to get on the... It's not hard to get on a train, right? But figuring out all of the ways, the things that you have to do before you even get to see your ship, let alone get in it, that's a little bit more challenging. And not, it's intuitive once you know, but Star Citizen's a little bit deeper than is intuitive in video games. So you don't know, and there's no currently tutorial, or at least not a good one. I don't know if there is one at all. Coming out with a new one shortly, but right now there's not one. So I apparently don't have anything here. I was going to put on some clothes, but I don't have any. It's all up at Tressler and at Mikel 2. So they've made most of the game and most of the stations in a way now that you don't have to have a helmet on or a flight suit most of the time, if at all. And so one of these days when I know I'm not going to be carrying a gun or needing to get out of my ship in a harsh environment, I will just run around in clothes. But right now, the way things are, and especially with the price of clothes, some of them are more expensive than armor. There's not a lot of point in it. Yeah. But I do have some cool clothes. And I especially like wearing clothes that kind of break things or go against maybe intended designs. I like to put on open jackets and no shirts. I play a female. And it's funny that instead of allowing the female to be attractive, not attractive, sexy is what I'm thinking. I didn't know if it'd be right to say it, but it is what it is. You can't, because of the way it's modeled. You'll end up wearing, if you wear a jacket and no shirt, you end up with your bra under the jacket, which is super weird looking. What are we doing here? Come on. The wind here is horrible today. Better just get out of here before I get dead. That right there is something else I like. From planet side, you can see the stations. If you see the little ring to the left side of my HUD, it's kind of hard to see. But the station is in there during the day, especially as the sun is rising. It will illuminate the station and you can see it before the atmospheric haze interrupts that view.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now on. Landing gear raised.
Here's something you may need or want to know in the future. For now, at least, things stay attached. But when I put that torso back on and legs, it should still contain all of the extra gear that I have on it. The undersuit doesn't have anything attached. And then the thing is, you cannot wear armor and clothes at the same time. And armor goes on top of undersuits. You can access the filters, the quick filters here. And whatever category you click on, it only shows those things. And so to put on armor, you got to put on an undersuit. To put on clothing, you can't have on an armor suit. And so don't start with any clothing, but you can collect it in loot boxes here and there. Or you get hospital gowns at some point. And this is a new and pretty nifty outfit. And you can put on gloves and hats and all kinds of other stuff too. But with the way the game is right now, they've got hangars on all the stations and hangars in all the ports. So you can go from sealed environment to sealed environment. You don't have to worry about anything on your head, which is really cool. That was something that was missing, I want to say, before 3.17, where you had to park on a pad and run inside. So if you're docking at a station, there's no way to get into the station if you didn't have a suit, an undersuit, and a helmet. You would die before you could get in almost every time. That's not the case anymore. But there are lots of different kinds of clothes. There. She looks mean now. I guess I have just a shirt. Trench coat. And a stocking cap. But because because I'm wearing clothes. Let's try to put on some armor. It might have changed, but I doubt it. Yeah, it won't let you put on armor or undersuits. So to put those on, you gotta take your clothes off. Kind of makes sense. The reason is because the backpacks specifically, which are under the armor category, and what I've seen in the dev talks and whatever, is that doing backpack straps or belts for holsters or whatever on every piece of clothing so that they would model correctly with and without straps would be an inordinate amount of work. And so you can only do armor on top of undersuits, and backpacks only attach to the equivalent size or smaller, or equivalent size or larger chest piece. So you can see in the description up there, this is a light armor, so it can only handle a light backpack. So if you can equip your backpack at some point, make sure it's not bigger than the armor you're wearing. And if it's not, you should then be able to equip it. Oh no, I didn't get all my junk back. It's supposed to go back. Well, it has in the past. Maybe not now. Not the end of the world. There we go. Guess I can put my magazines. Alright, re-kitted. Alright. Now I'm gonna go make a little bit more money.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
If you can't find the things you want, try clearing your route in the map. It should have I've got. I'm looking for Cleo. Showing up. What is it? Echo 2. Okay. Something else to keep in mind is that I have, yeah, that is head tracking. I've got a Track IR5. I have a Logitech Brio, so I've used it for the face control so that you can actually move your character's mouth and stuff by using that. And I have in-game voice turned on push to talk. So yeah, I use those all the time. The Track IR5 is amazing for flying ships, especially if you're going to be fighting. You have to have something. If you're not going to play in VR, you need either Track IR5 or Tobii Eye Tracker or something homebrew or whatever, right? But you're in a 3D 6 degree of freedom environment. If you can't look around while you're fighting, you're going to be in trouble. And the in-game comms work. Not everybody uses them, but they're cool. And then, yeah, can't say enough about Track IR5. It's good, well worth the money. I used the Logitech Brio webcam and then the built-in software for head tracking. It just wasn't good enough. I hear you. I'm not even using my webcam. It's irrelevant right now. I could use it. I figured if I ever needed to be on camera or wanted to make my character's face move, I would get it going. It's on there, hooked up. All it's got to do is flip up a lid and flip a switch in the settings, but I don't use it. The webcam's not necessary. The Track IR5 is offset, so no worries there. How far off center is your camera? That might work for head tracking anyways, maybe not for face recognition. But for me, my face is built weird and I couldn't get the lights set up. I gotcha. The inbuilt stuff with the webcam just didn't work very good. I didn't have good enough shadows on my face for it to track, so it was twitchy. With the Track IR5, I've got the light thing on my headset. And it's picked up by a tracker on the monitor, and it doesn't have to be centered, it just has to see the lights. And it is amazing. Like that, just because I'm moving my head, rotating, and 6 degrees of freedom with your head. It's really awesome. Oh man. So when the servers aren't performing real well, did you see I just got yanked back into my ship? That happens because it's not tracking where you are. So when it finally catches up and you're not where you're supposed to be, it takes you back. And that will very often kill you. Sometimes it'll kill you. Not as bad now as it used to be. And normally when I'm at these little spots, I don't run around in a ground vehicle. The weather out there is pretty bad and it's going to take forever to get to where I want to go. So I'm trying to go right into the wind. Slingshot. Holy cow. C to pop out a man bin. Left button to use it on you. Right button to use it on somebody else. Okay, and if you're going into places like this and you see these red boxes, they're armor boxes. Loot them. Sweet, a torso and arms. Even if you don't take it with you right now, according to your local, these places, most of them, if they've got armistice zone, you probably have a local. So you pile that stuff into local. Eventually you can take it back to a station or leave it there or whatever. There's tons of space here. But you never know when you're here and end up in need of something that you've stored and can't find the time that you need it. Or you can haul it all back and sell it and make some money. Okay, come on. So normally what I do at this one, which is Cantwell, go to Cleo, go to Rayari Cantwell, I buy fluorine, which apparently I can't do right now. Oh yeah, you work for the Ursa. Not loading my cargo. So in these, what you can do is you can see, like a Grisium, they've got 43 SU available, which is very high inventory for them. It's not maxed. They get up to 50 or so. That's the max that they'll ever have. They produce a certain amount per time frame, whatever happens to be. And they charge 2.326 thousand a SU per unit. When you go and sell it, you can get more than that for it. So if we can get this to go to McCarrick, if I back out and get in again. I don't normally buy it. It is a good thing to buy. It is very profitable. But I generally tend to do a mono cargo if I can. Holy cow, this is ridiculous. Maybe it's because there's 2 CrankyJaynes in here. Alright then.
Radar contact.
Really?
Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact.
Oh, get out of here. So it's a forced death when those things happen, when the server slingshots you. Sometimes it figures out it did stupid and you're back alive, and sometimes it doesn't. Yep, there we go. When you find yourself down on the ground after getting knocked down or thrown, you generally have to hit control to crouch and then control again to stand up from there. When you're at these outposts, depending on how frequently they've been checked, all of these buildings have the potential to have loot boxes. Oh, like that one. So if you got time and the desire, turn around and grab all the stuff. One of my favorite things to do is just to run around and empty the boxes, collecting stuff, and eventually, if I need it, we'll pick up all this stuff and go sell it or do whatever I need to with it. And this is how you get some otherwise rare or hard to get equipment. like super rare stuff's not going to drop in these civilized spaces, but I've gotten some pretty cool helmets over, well, I guess the couple years that I've been playing and raiding these things. Must have already gotten that. Alright, that one's cleared. And I haven't figured out what the refresh on those boxes is. But sometimes it'll happen between the time, like, I go, oh, easy there. I go from this building to that building to that building, and then this first building is reset by the time I get back to it. So, I don't know if it's based on a time, as in every 15 minutes, or if it's like at 15 past, or 23 minutes after it was last searched. I don't know. But they do recycle. That one's still open, but it might have some junk in it. Oh, there's a new box though, see? We're just in here. And now here's more junk. I don't ever buy tractor beams if I can help it, because you get plenty of them from these places. Let's see if they put anything back in this box. Oh, not yet. Let's see if we can load the Carrack. Stinkwad. You can still do the Ursa, but you can't do the Carrack. Carrack that's in the Ursa. It's frustrating. So generally, to get back over here, see this is up to 50 and it's at max. That's the most it's ever going to have. And generally speaking, the more you pay for an item, the more profit you're going to make off of that item in dollars wise. And you're talking about each per SCU. And so it might be a lower percentage of profit, but given I can only buy 462 boxes, if there's math that you can do to figure out the maximum based on, like, if you're money limited, but if you're only space limited, a higher profit dollar, even though it's a lower profit percentage, is more effective. At least in my mind, you're walking away with more dollars. I'm gonna go check this other building and then go to the other place. Oh, and something else you may want to know when you're out doing trade routes. You do not, oh come on, you do not have to land on a pad. You can land in the dirt. Just as long as you're close. I would assume as long as you're in the armistice zone, you can land in the dirt and still do transactions at the terminal. Man, it's my lucky day today. Oh, I don't think I've ever gotten a backpack out of one of these. That is awesome. Somebody's been throwing some fruit around. And I guess I'm going to go and admit that I lied, because I am going to go back over here to the vehicle bay. Checked it last time we were here. That's a good spot to get more stuff. And I like collecting stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Engines online. Takeoff complete.
So normally, what I would do is stock up with fluorine, fluoride, whatever it is, from here. I always get a full load. more importantly than that. Awesome, welcome to the game. Let me know if there's anything I can guide you with. If you have any questions, F button is the interaction key by default. I'm sure you found that out already. You're poking things. Did you end up going to Microtech? Or New Babbage? Awesome. Let me know if you need any guidance, or if you want me to come meet up and show you around, or if you need anything. We're not on the same server right now, I'm sure, but it won't be hard to correct that.
Landing gear raised.
If you want to run side by side. Whatever I can do to help, let me know.
Quantum drive is now off.
You're welcome.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Takeoff complete. Engines offline.
Hopefully, we'll be able to purchase here. Like Eric. Dang it, I forgot to grab that stuff from that other place. I always forget to do that. I generally intend to take it with me. And I generally forget to take it with me. Sweet. I don't think I've seen that one before. Nope. Unfortunately, she's still broke. I'll probably have to store and unstore to get that working again. So no profits. There's no big profits on this trip, but that's okay. I'm enjoying it. Sometimes I feel bad and feel like, man, it's just stealing a lot from these people who are just trying to live their lives and do their jobs. I feel a little bit bad about it. And then I think, nah. Not their stuff. It's the company's stuff. The company can afford to lose it. I don't justify it like that. I justify it by saying it's a video game and the devs put it there to be looted. So get off your moral high horse, you dummy, and get the stuff. And then I'm like, well, alright, I'll get the stuff. And I pile oodles of stuff in local and forget to put it in my ship and take it back to a station. don't know if there's a way in game to adjust that, or if you have to use your mouse or Windows settings to adjust it. Is it when you're moving your head around? Okay. Are you using a gaming mouse or like just a regular PC mouse? Okay. Mine is a G502X, also by Logitech. You might have to turn your DPI down. Let's see. I run mine at 1200 DPI. Yeah. Mine has buttons for that. I don't know if yours does or not. They're kind of in the way most of the time, but I also don't know. I don't think I've had to adjust mine. Let's see, this is 1600, 2400. I'm not actually seeing it make a whole lot of difference for me. A little bit, not a huge amount. Are you talking about in your ship, or is it just for your head? You might have already answered that. Not even near the ship yet, okay. I don't know. That's the hard thing for me to help diagnose. No, I don't know what is sensitive for you and what's not. But it shouldn't be unwieldy. I'm not saying it's not unwieldy. I'm saying the problem if it is. Okay. No kidding. I've never seen that in an armistice, especially. If you do something silly and get a crime stat and then die, not the end of the world. You just get to go have a mining lesson in prison, which actually is how I learned to mine. I intentionally went to prison so I didn't have to search so far for something to mine, and then learned how to use a hand miner. So, you know, not the end of the world. Say you accidentally get a crime stat by attacking somebody in a station or in a city. It'd be very cool if it let you do that.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay.
Quantum drive is now on.
For a little while, they had bartenders interactable, which is really cool. You could go to the bar at wherever, get a drink, get drunk. They are no longer interactable, at least any of the times that I've tried, which is kind of sad.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
So I'm excited. Do you watch the videos that CGI or CIG produce? Like, did you watch the Inside Star Citizen today? Oh man, those are great. Internal productions, and there's a live stream to be on Twitch tomorrow, and they put it on YouTube afterwards. Good information. But at the one from today, they gave a sneak peek of a ship that's going to be new next week at Fleet Week. Next week, week after, whenever it is. I don't know what the date is today. I think it's next week. So there's going to be a new ship on day one of Fleet Week. Do you know what Fleet Week is? Okay, so they've got several like holidays in lore, in game. Fleet Week is one of them. It celebrates the military, space navy, and whatever, and features ships, military ships, from the Earth Empire, the UEE, United Earth Empire, and it generally also has a free flight, you know, for new players to fly, and comes with all kinds of, well, basically you can get free ship rentals for all of the featured ships, and they last for 2 days, and it goes across the span of a week. and every day or every second day there's a new presenter. And so new ships to rent and check out and fly. And so you're going to have time to get used to your ship, learn to fly, learn the game enough this week.
Landing gear
And
deployed.
then by the end of next week, it should be Fleet Week. You'll get to check out a whole bunch of stuff. New gameplay loops, new ships, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and set goals for your own progression. Or decide that you want to buy a ship, whatever you want to do. But I enjoy Fleet Week, well, really all of the holidays every year. There's Fleet Week, and then there's the other one at the other end of the year, where it's all of the ships, not just the military ships. But this one is the military ships, and so in game it's a celebration of them, and then externally
Landing complete.
CIG puts sales on if you want to buy some of those ships and whatnot.
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines on. Engines
There we go.
offline.
Something you may consider, your new ship that you got today more than likely came with a 6 months of insurance. It doesn't really mean anything right now. In the future, at some point, it will mean something. But right now, it doesn't. And the length of that insurance can vary from 1 month, probably, I don't know, from not very long, all the way out to lifetime, depending on what you get and how you get it. New sales, new ships will oftentimes, or at least used to come with options for lifetime insurance. And if you have a concept sale where they're selling a concept of a ship, pre-development, you can get them, and those generally will come with lifetime insurance if you buy a concept. And so there's also a way to upgrade whatever ship you have, and the original insurance is what sticks with the upgraded ship. So something to consider, even though you don't want to buy your way up, you want to do that experience. Something to consider for the future is that if you get an opportunity, like when the hover quads first came out, Consolidated Outlands hover quad, yep, that's it. When they first released those, they came out with lifetime insurance, and I bought 3 of them because I will at some point want to upgrade them to other ships, and because I bought them for $25 a piece for the lifetime insurance, and so I can upgrade them, and then whatever ship I upgrade them into will also inherit that lifetime insurance, so I can
Welcome
get
to the ASOP vehicle
something
retrieval system.
more expensive that you can't otherwise buy with lifetime insurance, but I can get it and have that insurance on it. So when insurance does go live, I don't lose ground. I don't lose progress because I get my ship blown up. Because getting your ships blown up is inevitable. And again, I don't know how they're going to do that. I know in EVE, insurance was helpful, but it didn't cover a whole ship. And you basically had to pay for the ship again to get the max level of insurance, which was crazy sauce. So it made me less likely to actually fly a ship. Like, I've got a Dreadnought 2 carriers, a Rorqual, the O thing, all kinds of capitals that I would never undock because I couldn't replace them if I lost them. And so I don't want that to happen in this game. So I look at, I'm glad to get lifetime insurance on my stuff. That's all I'm saying. And it's something that other people are doing. It's part of the way the game is set up right now. It's irrelevant, but you can get it for in the future. So it might be something that you want to look into if during Fleet Week they have a sale of a new or a cheap, inexpensive vehicle that has lifetime insurance. It might be worthwhile to pick up 1 or 2 or as many of those as you want But in the future, you can upgrade it to something and also have lifetime insurance on that.
Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle
Are
Retrieval
way
System.
way better than what I just said. Tutorials on that stuff on YouTube. But just in case you want to know, I was in the game for a long time. I had spent here and there. I upgraded my initial ship, my MR. I upgraded it to a Nomad, so my Nomad had 6 months of insurance. And I outright bought a Freelancer, and it only came with 6 months insurance. And I bought a Rock, and it, I think, came with less than 6 months insurance. And I'm into it this far, and then realize, man, there's lifetime insurance, and I didn't understand it, and I was frustrated because I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't wait, and I didn't do the smart things because I didn't know that they existed. And so since then I woke up, and like I said, I bought 3 hover quads. 1, 2, 3 to upgrade. What's cool is one of the ones that I bought has already been upgraded to a Nomad. I bought another Nomad by upgrading a hover quad. I love a Nomad, right? And so I've got lifetime insurance on my Nomad because it was a hover quad. I just happened to win in one of their seasonal contests the Valentine's Day. It's not called Valentine's Day. It's called Coromore. The Coromore contest they had a couple years ago, I won another hover quad in. So I've got 1 to keep. I originally was going to have 1 to keep and upgrade 2 of them. Well, now I've got 1 to keep and still have 2 more upgrades after my 1 upgrade. So I will eventually have a couple more ships that have lifetime insurance on them. Along with the kit that I bought, the Expanded Explorer pack, has a bunch of ships in it, and all of those, because if you spend over $1,000, they automatically come with lifetime insurance. So all of those have lifetime insurance on them. But again, something you may want to think about.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval
It's
System.
late. Well, Ben,
Please
can I
visit
ask
us
what your
again.
in-game name is? I want to try to add you to my friends list if you don't mind. I don't know how to make that work. Okay. Well, there we go. I think that's you. How'd you do that? That's awesome. What'd you do to make it work? No, that was me. That was me. I'm dumb. See if global chat knows. There's got to be a way. Hey. I have no idea what this is. All right. I'm checking some out-of-game resources real quick. Try this. Oh, I think that worked. Well, I tried to figure it out, but I don't think there's a way. Maybe it's from outside. What I'm gonna do. There's got to be a way, right? I tell a friend about a game, they decide to get in and play. There's got to be a way for us to hook up in game without having to accidentally get onto the same server. I think it might be on the menu out here before you get in game. So let's check that. Might be on the website too. I don't know, but I'm trying to find out. Here we go. There it is. Send friend request. All right, so I sent you a friend request. Then you can accept it or decline it. That's entirely your choice. But if you want to add a friend that you're not on the same server with, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Now that you've accepted it, I could join the server you're on, but I can't because it's full. But that's the way in which you could play. Oh, now I can. Somebody got off. I'm not going to pester you. You didn't ask for any help. This is just all new to me. And so I'm figuring it out. And if we're obviously still watching. Yeah. Now you and anyone else who you can get through the process, right? And find somebody if you've got their username or their in-game name. Find them, friend them, join the server they're on, get in their group, and y'all can run around together. You, we, whoever. But that's neat. And I couldn't find any instructions quickly on it. So, glad to know. Guess there's still no way to do a direct message, but I could invite you to a party or into a channel. There we go. Got that figured out. You can also... Well, I thought you could do the same thing from people just in the chat, but maybe not. You can from over here. Okay. Ben, like I said, I don't want to pester you. I don't want to feel like a stalker. I'm not trying to stalk you. I am about to get off for the night, unless there's something that I can do or help or otherwise assist you with. Well, what's it doing that's not working like a normal game? Well, we made it work. We figured it out. So we're friends. And so you'll see me on your friends list now when you go to log in. We can invite each other to parties from the main menu, probably not in-game. No, I can't change what happens in-game. You know, I'm a nobody, not affiliated with the game at all. Are you otherwise having a difficult or bad experience? I mean, you said your mouse was a little bit sensitive, but is that game breaking, or is there other things, or are there other things? Okay. But those are pretty normal for the way the game is right now. It was completely unplayable a few weeks ago, almost. But it's a lot better now.
Please visit us again.
So finding the right spot, making sure. And you're in New Babbage on a planet which is more taxing. If you can get in your ship and get into space, it will be better. Getting somewhere else on the planet away from New Babbage. I live off of the stations and only go to the cities when I have to. Everything is not optimized yet, and so it's getting better. It is better than it was, but it's just not great. So yeah, my advice on that front is to get off the planet, or at least out of New Babbage. Something else for your future play sessions. It seems to me, and I have no factual basis for this, it just seems at least to correlate the population of your server, which of course isn't showing right now. There we go. 60 of 99. The higher the second number seems to indicate the health of the server. So, like the one that I left was 125, and it had a slow frame rate. It was at about 4 frames per second from what the other folks were saying. I see it just went up. And so it's not going to continue to rise if the server's not in good shape. And so something you can always do to check the server frame rate is hit the tilde key, brings up the console, and do R, and then hit tab, because I can never remember, but it's R display info. And then if you hit 3, it gives you all of the information up in the top right corner. And one of the things that you can check is the server FPS, which is averaging 3 to 4 right now, which is what the server I left was. And ideally that's going to be up, like screen frame per second, so they want it up higher. Lately that's actually lower than it has been in the last week or two. My experience in the last week or two was about 8 frames per second, generally. My frames per second are not great right now either. And if you need to turn it off, you can do the same thing, only hit 0. It'll turn it off. So anyways, again, best thing you can do for quick improving all of the things is to get off the planet. What's on the planet is great to see, or in the big cities, but it's not optimized and tries to smoke your system. All right, and with that, I do need to get off of here and get to bed. I appreciate you hanging out with me, Ben. If you're interested, I'll be back on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central. I don't know where you're at, but it's either, if you're in the U.S., it's +1 or -1 or 2, generally speaking. Or, anyways, 9 p.m. Central. I'll be back on. If you want to hang out, play together, whatever, I'll be on then and on at least for an hour, hour and a half, but more often than not, longer than that. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And if not, well, man, I hope you take care and you enjoy the game. Central as well. Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you and have a great rest of your night.